What's up, ladies and gents? CenterStrain01, your host here, and I've got a little update video. I've come to the realization, and I'm going to get some serious talk in here, that I tend to set the bar that I have set for myself. You know, the quality, the professionalism, the way that I do things. I set it really, really, really high, which makes it difficult because there's a lot of things that I leave for periods of time and come back to, you know, ever so often or whatever. But I want to address one issue that I've had for a long time, and that is 4K gaming. So I record a lot of things in 4K, right? So because I want to have the best quality. So even though I'm playing in 4K, the problem is YouTube for some reason decides that it doesn't want to upload my videos in 60 FPS 4K, that it will sometimes only go up to 1080 and it just won't do it. So I've come to the decision that even though I'm still going to be playing my stuff in 4K, that the highest I'm going to be recording from now on is going to be 1440. So I know some of you out there that might have a 4K screen, and I know probably a lot of you don't, but I need to come up with something that is going to help me to get these, for one, these videos out faster to you guys. Two, to make sure that the quality stays up there, and that if I promise, say, hey, this is in 4K, but yet I look 3 hours later, 4 hours later, a day later, 2 days later, 3 days later, and I see people complaining, hey, you said this video was going to be in 4K, but it's not. That is all because YouTube just does not want to process the 4K. So every video that I've recorded, let's say just for instance in the Mass Effect series, has been in 4K, 60 frames, mostly 60 frames a second. Sometimes it dips down or whatever, but I record it on Shadowplay in 60 frames 4K. So, but YouTube just decides the processing. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I upload at a very high bit rate when I do 4K. But it just doesn't want to always work. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. But I refuse to live my life like that. I don't want sometimes it to do it, and sometimes it doesn't. So I think I've come up with a decision. Now that I got a GTX 1080 Ti, and I know that I can get everything. It seems to me that I have no problems whatsoever when I upload something in 1440. It seems that it always works. It always shows up faster. The process is a lot easier to render, and everything is just golden. And I think we're still at the point where 1080p is what mostly everybody plays right now in, with gaming a lot on PC. So I've come up to the decision that I am done with 4K for now until YouTube is able to do it without problems. I want my quality. I want that bar to be set here, and I want to be. You don't just meet the standard, okay? Being in the military, being in the army, if it teaches you one thing, is you don't just float by. You know, you don't sit on that line, right? You try to exceed the standard, is what we call it, okay? So if you take like a PT test, a physical test that we have to do in the military, you know, you don't just do the minimums, which is, you know, meeting the standard. You reach above. You keep pushing yourself forward, right? And that's what I've always tried to do. The standard has always been 1080, so I've always tried to reach above that standard. But it seems like in the case of 4K, it just doesn't always work out the way that I want it to. So I'm making the decision now, and I think this is going to be a decision that will hopefully help me finish things a little bit faster, as rendering times isn't going to be as bad. Because I'll tell you this, when you're doing a 4K video, okay, normally if I render this 4K video in Premiere Pro, rendering that 4K video takes probably, let's say if it's an hour-long video, like say yesterday I did 2 hour-long videos for Mass Effect. Those hour-long videos took like 2.5 to 3 hours long to render, even with the best stuff that you have, like the best PC or whatever. I don't want that to happen because I feel the longer I take to put these videos out, the worse, the less everyone out there is watching. Because if you actually look in the Mass Effect series, even though we're already on this, coming up on the 16th video in the series, the views are already way, 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 way down. And sometimes I've got to come to the standard of, if you want to make it in YouTube, you've got to put things out quickly. But I want to find that common ground to where it's like I can put it out quickly, but the quality and the love that I put into the video doesn't doesn't go down, right? So it's finding that line. It's like, how many videos do I release a day? How long are the videos? This being a walkthrough channel, what is exactly that gold standard? Would love your opinions on all this stuff. I've also been coming to the realization that live streams are just way more popular. They're technically they're easier to do because they allow me to converse with you guys and put the video out there in long formats and have you guys interact with me on it, right? As opposed to recording, editing, and boom. But remember that when you do those videos, you can do editing, but it's going to be after the video is already done and already uploaded on YouTube, because the video just uploads straight to YouTube. And then you can go into the YouTube editor, and that takes like 2 days to edit videos on YouTube, because if it's in 4K or it's in a higher quality, it takes a long time to edit. YouTube is very slow when it comes to editing videos. So trying to come up with a good solid point, and I think the first good step is going to be 1440 is going to be the standard on this channel from now on, unless it's a console game, obviously. Then that will always be 1080p 60 if the game allows it, which most days games only allow you to go 30, even on consoles. But going down to 1440. Not only that, I'm going to be doing a lot more live streaming, and I've been thinking, and I've been sitting on this, and I've been talking to all of you guys out there on Discord and stuff like that about, what is this live streaming thing? Why is everyone going over to live streaming? Why is that always so important? And you got to admit that, and even I see it when I look at my analytics and I look at how certain videos do, live streaming is the way to go. Now, I want to put this specifically clear. When it comes to doing a stealth walkthrough of a video game, that will not change. That walkthrough presence is always going to remain. Okay, so I want to stress that when it comes to stealth games like that, walkthroughs is how I'm always going to do it. Those will not be live streams. You cannot do a professional live stream when it comes to doing a walkthrough. It's not possible, because of when you're trying to learn a level, it's so difficult to be a stealth guy and then live stream a level and then mess up, and then you get people that are like, whoa, wait a second, you don't mess up. Well, you guys don't realize, obviously, in walkthroughs, you learn the levels, you figure them out. You don't just go in there and everything works perfectly. That's not how video games work. That's how people that just want to go in there and do Let's Plays, then they can do that. They can die a few times, they can have fun with it and enjoy it, and it's a great experience. So I'm learning how to separate what games should be classified as walkthroughs and what games should be classified as Let's Plays, playthroughs, whatever. And that can be live streamed, right? So in this case, for instance, I'm leaning over towards Mass Effect being live streamed, as it is a story. It is an RPG, which can take hundreds of hours to complete. And I think if I do those in a live stream format, I can have longer videos and I can have more people interact and feel like they're a part of the story with me, as opposed to doing those videos, editing them later, then having them render on YouTube and stuff like that. So these are just some suggestions that I'm rolling out there, but this is how I'm leaning towards how I want to live stream more. But when it comes to stealth games, those are still going to be walkthroughs as normal. Also, everything else will be run in 1440p, no more 4K. It's just YouTube just does not want to render it correctly, and I want to make sure that what I say is what happens. And I think this is going to make things smoother, hopefully going to make things faster. And again, I always appreciate your guys' feedback. Always let me know what I can do to make this channel better. I want this to keep going, and I want this to keep growing. That's the biggest thing, is you always have to keep finding a way to help your channel grow and do things. Would you guys like to see, top 10s of things like that I prefer out there, like my favorite stealth games and my favorite games of specific years, 2016, 2017. I like to get into more edited content as far as having those type of videos. I got to branch out, but I don't want to lose what this channel has always been about. That's always getting videos out there to you guys, so you can have an opportunity to say whether or not this game is going to be good for you, and also a chance. I want to interact with you guys more, because I feel like the more I interact with you, then the happier I am, because I get the chance to talk with all you guys out there, see what you guys love and what to do. So we're in the process of still trying to find who we are on this channel. What are we going to do? You know, you got to adapt and overcome. You got to move with the times. You can't stay one way when everything else is pushing in another direction. You have to be able to keep a bit of yourself, but also move forward. And it's always about moving forward and being the best that this channel can be. And that's what I want to do. Those are just a few things that I've wanted to get out to you guys. So I made this little video for you. And hopefully I can get some feedback from you all out there and let me know what you would like to see, how you would like things to be done. Because I can't make this channel successful without all of you out there. It's not just me. I've always been, it is about us. So I want to get that feedback from all of you out there so I can know what I do. I can sit down and I can say, hey, okay, this needs to happen, this needs to happen, this needs to happen, so that we can move forward in these on YouTube and on Twitch and on all that other kind of stuff. I want to live stream a lot more. I do. I sat there for a long time and said I don't want to live stream because it made me nervous live streaming, because I felt the quality couldn't be as good and stuff like that. But I'm actually starting to come around with the live stream thing. It's taken me a long time to do this, but when I look over and I'm doing something and I see your guys' comments on the screen, and I know that that's real time, and that I don't know, it motivates you, right? You know, just like when you see comments on a video that you've done. But again, we have to move forward. I have to move forward for my family. I have to move forward for you guys and for myself. So I want to make sure that we keep going in that direction. So thank you guys for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on this, and I look forward to talking with you guys about it. Going to have a Mass Effect live stream tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you tune into that. It's only going to be in a couple of hours, and hopefully we'll see you guys there. So we'll see you next time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace out, bitches.